I wasn't sure until I think Rob Thomas did a podcast and I listened to it and they asked him the same thing and he was like, oh no, they're in there for Rahul. So I found out, I was like, oh my god, it really was, because there was one recently that was Kylo Ren. Ravi was listening to a podcast called Bob and Chat about Kylo Ren, and obviously at the time I just had headphones in, there was nothing in there, I wasn't even plugged in. And then I'm watching the episode, and then obviously the podcast is done in post-production. It's just these great, I'm like, oh my god, you guys gave me another Star Wars reference. Like, everyone on this show really wants me to be in those films. So like, everyone is just ramming it down people's throats. So we'll see what happens.
How many new hopes can there be before we start back?
I was thinking that. Where are we at now? We're new hope.
I've lost track.
Yeah. I think do we have more rats? I hope not. I really fucking hate working with rats. Honestly, it's like the work. They could have picked anything other than rats for me, but yeah. But I'm getting over my fear with them. So if we do have a few more rats, I'll be okay-ish. We'll see.
So this probably isn't the Rain.
It's our ship name.
So speaking of ships, what's going on with Ravi's love life?
What's going on with Ravi's love life? Where he left off was done. It's done with Peyton. He loves her. I think she's very fond of him. I don't know what the problem is, but he's just in love with her, and I mean he's single. I guess the last time we saw him, he was trying to hit on the girl who hadn't seen Star Wars, so he's done with her. But I don't think it's over for Ravi and Peyton. They have some drama coming up, and there's a new element now with the two of them, and that involves Blaine. So they're Blaine, Ravi, and Peyton have a whole little triangle thing going on.
How is Ravi involved with Blaine now that he decided to take the cure?
Well, he's my guinea pig, I guess. So Ravi's going to be continually checking on him, because Ravi will be devastated if anything happens to Major, not so devastated if anything happens to Blaine. So it's kind of worked out for him that he can. It's all about curing Liv and Major, and yeah. So it's now he's new hope. I guess he's the new one. So yeah, it's his new test subject.
Is it possible that he had a different reaction to the whole process because he was killed versus Major, who is still living and hasn't been killed?
Actually, no, because Blaine didn't turn into a zombie when his throat was slit. The wine didn't taste good. He was drinking and he was complaining about he had turned before that.
Oh, okay.
And then he had also slept with Candy, the girl in the morgue, and she had turned. He was already infected. It just he hadn't gone into full zombie mode, and what brought that on was being slit and being thrown in there. He had turned before. There was a few little cheeky references to the fact that his taste was going, and yeah.
How excited were you when you found out you were picked up for season 3?
Oh, massively. I thought I was in trouble. We all did, because I got a phone call. I just wrapped. I wrapped before everyone else. I was one of the first people that wrapped on the last episode. And the minute I wrapped, I shaved my eyebrow, and this defiant thing. I don't know. There's a long story behind it, but there was a reason. And then I got this phone call in the morning, and there was a picture of it on the internet. And then I got a phone call in the morning from the producer, and I was sure. And I've never had a phone call from him. And I was absolutely sure it was to tell me off, like, you have pickups and you've gone and done that to yourself. So I looked like my heart was pounding. I was like, hey Dan, what's up? And he was like, congratulations, we've been picked up. And we went out that night and it was awesome. Yeah, it was amazing. I said this is what the Flash must feel like, right? Like knowing that they're going to keep going, like knowing we were coming back and we hadn't even had our ramp party yet, like knowing that our crew had jobs to come back to was the most. They're able to go on vacation with their kids and know I don't have to worry about we're coming back. So yeah, it was an incredible feeling for everyone.
Ravi's always kind of the assistant. He's always helping out in a way or another. What do you think his greatest personal goals are going toward the season finale?
What, his personal goals? I don't think he has any. He really is that supportive character, and most of his journey is really being supportive and being there for. He's there for Peyton, he's there for Liv, and he's there for Major. So yeah, I don't think he has many personal goals. And that's probably why we don't really delve into him as a character. He's 9 times out of 10 he's there to pay service for someone else's character. He's there for if we need to explain what another character's going through, they tell Ravi rather than anyone else. So yeah, I don't think he has much really personal goals.
Puts up with a lot of craziness from Liv and her personalities. What has been your favorite reign of the season?
Only this one, because it just caught me by surprise, was Positivity Reign. I didn't anticipate the comedic aspect of it, and we started off with the Morgan, and then Rose was playing Liv before the brain, and it was like, okay, cool, now she's playing Positivity Brain, and straight away she had us giggling. Me and Malcolm couldn't keep a straight face, and yeah, it was just one of those unexpected surprises at work. I was like, oh, this shit's funny. Not that she isn't, it just, you know, we all read these scripts in isolation, and we know each other's voices, but we can never predict how Rose is going to play the brain. I know what Durs is going to do, I know what Malcolm's going to do, but her bar's always changing, so yeah, that one was a nice surprise.
We hear Ken Marino is coming onto the show. What kind of interaction does Ravi have with him?
No. I have no interactions with any characters outside of the main group. And that's been the case since the pilot almost. I exclusively work with these guys. I didn't work with Weber. I didn't work with Eddie. I didn't work with Rico. I didn't work with Ken. I didn't work with Ryan. Percy, yeah.
Anybody? It's so sad.
I have to just look at these lot's faces. Yeah, I very rarely get to. It's just one of those things. But that's great. I get to work with my best friends every day, so it's all good.